Twitch chat, Wardog message over. Welcome back, guys, to another campaign of Total War 3 Kingdoms. We are, of course, on day 1 of a new Zhuo Let's Play. Let me get you over to the Total War screen and switch the game cap over, because it's still capturing something else. See if that's worked. It has. Unmute that game sound. Alrighty, let's get this show on the road with minimal delay. We are going to be playing, of course, Zhuo, and we are going to be playing a Rise of the Warlords start in 190 AD. I have reverted my game back from 1.51, not because of the fervor, because obviously fervor was fixed in 1.5.1, but because the Yellow Turbans seemed able to recruit, you know, Jotai and Shahodun and stuff, and I don't want them to be able to do that if they're not supposed to be able to. So we're going to start in 190 with Zhuo obviously already having usurped the throne and made the Emperor Prince Xian or Emperor Xian his puppet.
天下大权尽在我手，要是不用一用，真怕他哪天就没了。
董卓曾饱受公卿轻慢，如今则心怀怨怒，烧杀尽城，敢当之者只有死路一条。
Ari, welcome to the stream. So we are playing as Zhuo. Our personal territory is the darker green colour here. We are, I believe, allied with Ma Tung to our west, and all of the light green is basically the NPC Han Empire faction in the Rise of the Warlords start, which is our vassal at the start of the game. Zhuo himself is a vanguard, gets -1 mustering turns and +9 morale when attacking. His faction mechanic is intimidation, influences public order and corruption, spent on diplomatic coercion, increases when raising settlements, increases when executing characters of your court, decreases when promoting characters, and intimidation decreases over time. So it's going to be a really weird, interesting playthrough. It's probably going to be very different to how we've done, you know, the other playthroughs. He does get the Xiliang cavalry and heavy Xiliang cavalry as well. He's got enforced conscription building chain, the option to raise settlements completely, and coerce for diplomacy. And 3 of his interesting starting characters are, of course, Lu Bu, Zhong Liao, and Jia Xu. So without any further delay, let's get ourselves into the campaign map here and listen to the lovely lady. We are, of course, going to be doing romance mode, because at this point, that's the only mode that I've ever played this game on. I've never even given records mode a try, and I might like it, but also I'm so used to using the heroes and stuff now. That's just the way I play.
复仇如同星火一般，最初起势虽小，却可以形成燎原之势。奸宦狡诈，董卓面前皆焚作灰烬。虚妄之徒，将会同尘埃一般被狂风吹尽。此乃天罚正道，绝非等闲儿戏。在董卓无尽的怒火中，天下定将再度兴荣。真正强者君临天下，镇定乾坤。天下混乱不已，大汉王朝早已被腐败吞噬。黄巾众人跨州联军，高举大旗。忠于汉地的将军们立即做出回应，出兵镇压黄巾军。虽获全胜，乱局如故。天下之祸乃在其心。 忠臣良将们杀进宫中，斩杀十常侍，清除天下祸源。混乱之中，董卓控制了皇帝，猛将吕布常在其左右，天下无人敢与其为敌。
Bad guys never see themselves as the bad guy, Mike.
董卓厚颜无耻，更有甚者直呼其为董贼。袁绍率诸侯组成联军，意欲讨伐董卓，存救天下。面对联军讨伐，董卓西撤，回到长安务保，顺便将都城洛阳夷为平地。初平元年，公元190年，关东联军破灭，四方诸侯各寻时机，在大乱中渔利。四海黄金余波未平，仍在祈求皇天之事，伺机而动。如今可谓大势已变，天下正值危急存亡之秋。主公，洛阳已焚作火海。
那是自然，这全都怪那帮乱臣贼子。
乱臣贼子欲讨伐主公，并且蛊惑百姓，妄属主公之罪。
这帮贼人定要杀他们个片甲不留。曹操挺有本事，只是野心太大，早晚要毁在这上面。袁绍身为盟主，但其好谋而无断，自然也不足为虑。
陶谦仍与我方交好，但其言不可轻信。
这厮亮平胆薄，不足为信。跟我盟誓之人，我一个都信不过。我把这皇都给烧了，早晚也要把这帮狗贼一并烧死。
主公此举乃是拱卫天子，况主公天怒神威，无人敢挡。
All right. Establish your power. Lord Zhuo, you were wise to move west, protecting the Emperor from those traitors. Their coalition is all but spent now. They will face imperial justice in time, but first you must secure your position. Chang'an is well protected, but you must expand, crushing dissent wherever it occurs. Although there are still warlords loyal to you and the Han, you must ensure their fealty never wavers. All traitors must be put to the sword. Spurned before, Zhuo seeks to dominate. You must shore up the power of the Emperor and consolidate Han territory, even if you must take control of matters personally. Seize this region from its previous owners, reminding them that inattentive leadership and, worse, treason will forfeit so much more than just their land. Capture the settlement of Anding Toolmaker, which is up there. We start with an overseer, nobles leather, and strategies of the warring states. That's not bad at all. In terms of officers, and I'm sure people will be looking for sponsors. What's the quick rundown on this faction, Son? Zhuo is the chunky monkey tyrant. We'll look at him first because he's not sponsorable. Essentially, Zhuo is a warlord who was brought in to protect the capital during riots and uprisings. And in the middle of all the bloodletting, he essentially, earned the place of Prime Minister by all but capturing the fleeing Emperor and his cousin, and therefore protecting them, and then neither them nor anybody else dared to challenge him for fear of him killing them. And from there he just became more and more the de facto emperor himself, even though he was technically the prime minister. So yes. Ryan jumping in. We'll get there, Ryan. We're going to go down the list. We're going to start at the top. We have, first of all, Lu Bu, the warrior without equal. Starts as a level 7 legendary vanguard with his Sky Piercer halberd and, of course, the famed red hair. Among men, Lu Bu, or among warriors, Lu Bu. Among horses, red hair. Said to be able to run 1,000 miles or 1,000 li in a day. Fucking like the best horse in the entire period, essentially. So yes, feel free as we're going through them to call the ones you wish to sponsor. I'm not sure where Mike is at, but I know he was wanting Lu Bu. Lu Bu is 31 years old at the start. He is formidable, feared, and disloyal. Hell yeah, I call Lu Bu. Okido, Mike. We'll get you added on the list with Lu Bu. You are now sponsoring Lu Bu. You don't have any level up points by the looks of things, so we'll move on. 31 years old, level 7 legendary vanguard. Then we have Niu Fu, who I believe was one of Dong Zhuo's sons-in-law. He is a 23-year-old level 1 vanguard with a guerrilla background. He is kind, wise, and relentless. So there's little Niu Fu. Arya wants Niu Fu. Okido. That's fine, Arya. We can give you Niu Fu. There we go. You are now sponsoring 23-year-old Niu Fu, Arya. Next up, we've got Li Zhuo, who apparently now comes with his own unique artwork. A level 1 legendary vanguard as well, with the vicious strongman background. He is 48 years old, brave, reckless, and arrogant. If I remember correctly, Li Zhuo was cut down by Guan Yu, or possibly Zhang Fei, during the campaign against Dong Zhuo by the coalition. I think that was his fate. So we have 48-year-old Li Zhuo. Next up, we have 21-year-old Zhang Liao, who is a level 3 legendary sentinel. He's apparently got a military gen. He is relentless, sincere, and committed. Ryan calling dibs there as expected. Let me get you your man there, Ryan. Zhang Liao, sponsored as of now by Ryan. 21-year-old Zhang Liao, the Heavenly Dragon General, who is apparently also starting with the title Senior Officer. Relentless, sincere, and committed. And Guo Se. Oh, of course, Li Zhuo wasn't cut down by Guan Yu or Zhang Fei. Li Zhuo and Guo Se were... so, I apologize if you've heard this story before, but Dong Zhuo was eventually killed by Lu Bu. After Lu Bu was tricked into, feuding over Diao Chan, who probably isn't in our court just yet. But, yes, that was a plot that was employed by Imperial Minister Wang Yun. When Lu Bu killed Dong Zhuo, he then ran away, as did most of... no, he didn't. I'm lying. Lu Bu stayed in the capital, but most of Dong Zhuo's other generals and officers fled, because the Han was technically saved. They were saved for all of about 6 months before Li Zhuo and Guo Si brought an army back from the west and laid siege to Chang'an. When they eventually got inside, Lu Bu fucked off and fled, and all that Li Zhuo and Guo Si wanted was for Minister Wang Yun to, I've forgotten the word, forgive, but like legally forgive. Be pardoned, there you go. They wanted to be pardoned for their part in everything and be allowed to come back to court. and Wang Yun refused, which is why they had to flee in the first place. So their only demand when they finally got inside the capital was to surround the palace and say, if you send out Wang Yun, we won't kill everybody else. So the other ministers kicked Wang Yun out of the palace, Li Zhuo and Guo Se killed him, and then they basically did exactly the same thing that Dong Zhuo had been doing before them. That lasted until the emperor managed to flee the city and arrive with Cao Cao, who then protected him. So yes, Li Zhuo and Guo Se. Guo Se is 37 years old. He is a level 1 champion with a paranoid thug background. Guo Se has many real enemies, and many more imagined ones. He's ambitious, suspicious, and direct. Then we've got Dong Zhuo himself. Cruel, greedy, and arrogant. He's 52 years old. We have Dong Pei Shan, who I believe is Dong Zhuo's wife. Yes, she is. Dong Zhuo's wife, Dong Pei Shan, who is a level 1 commander, 42 years old, with a magistrate background. She's bright, feared, and cunning. No, there's no changes, Tyler. At least not that I'm aware of. I'm not really sure what it is that you're asking, but that's, you know, she has to be a real survivor to be Dong Zhuo's wife, I guess. One of his other sons-in-laws, Li Ru, his second strategist. Li Ru, level 2 strategist, vicious shadow background, 41 years old, perceptive, artful, and cowardly. We have his brother Dong Min, who is a level 1 commander, 47 years old, with an officer background, who is incompetent, vigilant, and healthy. Then we have Jia Xu, his other advisor, who is a level 1 legendary strategist with the Blade in the Dark background. He is cunning, deceitful, and perceptive. And he has a funky hat. And then lastly we have Xu Rong, who is a 41-year-old level 1 champion with a militia veteran background, who was defiant, vengeful, and beautiful. And I am almost 100% certain that Xu Rong was killed by Guan Yu. Xu Rong cut down a couple of nameless or almost nameless officers under Sun Jian, and then Guan Yu arrived, obviously with Liu Bei's forces, and Sun Jian was all, oh, who's going to kill this fearsome warrior? And Guan Yu, as was custom with Guan Yu in the first chapters of the Romance of the Three Kingdoms, rode out, and I believe Xu Rong gave a decent account of himself. It wasn't a cut down in one blow kind of deal, but I mean, he was essentially more cannon fodder to make Guan Yu look good, which there's lots of in the story. Look at that hat and tell me he's 100% a cartoon villain. Na 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 na. It's Ashara! Welcome to the stream, Ashara's Fist. How are you doing? How's your Wednesday? Alrighty. So we have two armies, I think. We've got Niu Fu, Li Zhuo, and Guo Se. Why is Guo Se's number red when he is a champion? Fuck if I know. Wait a minute. It even says his class is Vanguard. Screenshot that. That's probably a bug. Interesting. Anyway, Niu Fu, Li Zhuo, and Guo Se down there. And then we have Lu Bu and Zhong Liao up here in the north. If it wasn't for the specific attention of my wife, it would have been worse. If it wasn't for the specific attention of my wife. I'm going to go ahead and assume that that's a little more wholesome than I'm taking it. But I could be wrong. Anywho. Chang'an. Right. We also have 3 assignments. That's 2 pretty badass characters in one army. It is indeed. I think we are going to start off by... We don't have a whole lot of food. I'm going to build a farm supply storage in Chang'an. And I'm fairly certain that that should not be... What on earth is going on here? I shouldn't be able to build 2 buildings in one go, should I? That's never been possible before. Apparently it's possible now. Some settlements have been able to do it in my playthroughs. I think I may have actually read something in the patch notes that maybe that it is possible for certain settlements, maybe of a certain size. But I could be wrong on that as well. I'm not liking, like, oh, I just want it to be stable and not have issues. Come on. Had a trip to Aachen planned, but base got locked down. Yeah. Everything's getting locked down these days. I mean, I guess we'll use this, since it's a thing, apparently. We'll go ahead and start off building a shopkeeper as well. Alright, that's all of his buildings. So, Mike is in charge of the army over here with Lu Bu, who apparently starts with a unit of heavy Xiliang cavalry. And the objective of the toolmaker is just to the north of you, Mike. Part of me thinks it was in the patch notes somewhere. Let's go take on Ding Toolmaker. Okie doke. Lu Bu and Zhang Liao attacking the Toolmaker. Alright, Mike. Apparently you have the option for night battles even at the start, as Lu Bu, or one of you does at least. It's 1,000 against 1,300. It is a settlement with towers, but you do have fire arrows with your archers as well, apparently. Would love to stick around, but I ought to get to bed, so you all have a good one. No worries, Ashara's Fist. Thank you for stopping by the stream, bud. I appreciate that. Have a good sleep. And hopefully we'll see you soon, bud. Say we delegated no officers to kick to death. I mean, it's predicting medium casualties on a delegate, but that's true, delegate. Very well. We shall delegate. David's here. Welcome to the stream, David. Mike and Ryan, Lubu and Zhongliao are just taking Onding Toolmaker, our first conquest of the campaign. Gained 10 intimidation. What would you like to do with the settlement, Mike? Occupy. That's completed a mission. Glorious victory! Every traitor who opposes me will be destroyed. I cannot brook any resistance. What I do to keep order. Dongzhuo looks to build on his successes. The Emperor listens to you, my lord, and you have such designs for this empire. The infrastructure across the realm must be bolstered, and there is no greater time than now to begin construction. Let the timbers rise, my lord, and your vision be realized. Excellent. David, I'm assuming you're going to want to sponsor somebody. So far, the one you expressed interest in is still available. Jia Xu is 43 years old, level 1 legendary strategist, the blade in the dark background, cunning, deceitful, and perceptive. Trooper Meow with the 5 bits, thank you very much. If you wanna be my lover, you gotta get with my friends. Make it last forever, 'cause friendship never ends. It's the wholesome Dongzhuo squad. Yes, please, I need. Very well, let's get David on the board with Jia Xu. Four sponsors on the board already. You are now sponsoring 43-year-old Jia Xu, David. Alright, Mike's army has moved. Arya, as you pointed out, Niu Fu is actually in command of an army down here defending Chang'an by the looks of it. So, what would you like to do with your army? You're currently in pretty friendly territory, to be honest. All the nearest settlements are either ours or the Han Empire, which is our vassal. Just trying to figure out where the nearest hostile territories are. Looks like Gongdu, the Yellow Turban Rebel, has some territory to the west. And then Yenshu and there's some Yellow Turbans down here. He Yi's down here. Yenshu is an enemy. And then, like, the further west you go, the more enemy territory there is. Population now grants additional constructions per turn once over 1 million. That's what I've read, yeah. And yeah, we've got 1 million, so plus 1 additional buildings can be constructed each turn. Okay, cool. So that's not a bug. That's fine. That's good. Let's move towards the west. Very well, Niu Fu going to take his 6 units and 3 officers off to the west towards Hanzhong. And I think that's going to kick us off nicely. For our first turn save. Let's proceed into the winter of 190 AD and see what happens next. There's Yen Bai Hu. Gongsun Zan. They're all going to be taking Han territory off of our vassal. Sun Jian. Zhongzhong taking Taiyuan. He Yi's running around as well. So can someone explain to me how this game works? No. Not in any quick or succinct fashion. My best advice would be just to watch it. Essentially, if you've have you ever played any Total War Trooper Meow? Because if you've played some, it's a bit easier. If you've never played it before, it's very difficult to explain. Number 3 going for number 2 then. And number 2 spot. Trooper Meow, thank you so much for the extra 100 bitties. I appreciate that, man. Thank you very, very much. Kicking off April. It is now April, which means, you know, we're on a new month. We're in a new month, guys. Last month was my best month ever on Twitch. You guys were fucking amazing. I mean, I don't know. I'll see if my calculations are correct, but even if my calculations are slightly out, it's more money than I've ever made on Twitch in the rest of the time that I've been doing it for the rest of the 14 months. So thank you guys so much for last month. And now it's all the road through April. Here we go. Thank you very much for that, Trooper Meow. I appreciate it. That town to the west, that is enemy is too close. Yeah, Ryan's actually a pretty good source of information on 3K. Dong Zhuo looks to build on his successes we've completed. As traitors fall, Dong Zhuo looks to his own future. So long as there are enemies of the Empire, there will be a need to combat them. To that end, more men must be recruited to fight the wars you lead. Muster the strength of the Empire's willing people, and see to the traitors who stand brazenly in defiance of the Emperor's heavenly will. We need to recruit 2 more units as a mission. People are turning up in the recruitment pool. We've built things in Chang'an. We'll upgrade our shopkeeper to a marketplace for sure. And we shall start once again with Mike in Anding. There's no direct enemies near you right now, Mike. There is unclaimed territory to the east in Anding farmland, but there's no more enemies up that way, so I don't know what you want to do. Yeah, exactly, David. Like, that's what I like. I will explain as much as I can. There's not really anything you can do with channel points, Trooper Meow, unfortunately. Most people are just collecting them as a symbol of how much time they've invested in the stream. Some of them have far too much. But yeah, David, like, once you start trying to explain 3K to somebody who doesn't even, like, who's never even played Total War before, like, Christ, that might as well be its own 3-hour stream. I advise we move back towards the capital, then head east. Yeah, it should be 4,000 to colonize the farmland. Yes, it is. So we can't afford to do that right now. But it's your army, so if you want to move over there and make camp, that's up to you. Ryan, it's gonna be, you're gonna have to get approval from Mike, because he's the general. You're the captain. We're not doing, like, these aren't volunteer retinues, at least not these first 2 armies, because they are Dong Zhuo's actual armies. No clue what this game is, Hype. I mean, this game is fun. That's what this game is. For sure. Can I see some enemies? What do you mean? You just want me to show you some, or... like, can you physically see them? You believe Gongdu. Gongdu's down here. He's got that settlement, and his army is currently raiding in Hanzhong. But Arya's army is here, and I think she's trying to head over there with Niu Fu. Niu Fu? Yeah, it would be Niu Fu. The closest. I mean, the closest is probably either Gongdu or Zhungjiang up in the mountains here. Although she's not actually that close, but neither is Gongdu. But they look about equidistant to me. Ooh, I see Shu Huang. You Took My Name, welcome to the stream. Guys, say hello to You Took My Name. He's new here. I love this game, first Total War game too. I think that this is a really good Total War to start with, because the diplomacy is much better than previous Total Wars. Those, like, back in the day, diplomacy in Total War was something you just needed to understand, and it was kind of hard to understand because it never really made sense. Zhungjiang, but let's recruit first. Gonna use and abuse my channel points. If you're using them for highlighted messages, Trooper Meow, that doesn't show up on my phone, so I don't even see them as anything other than normal messages. So you want to do some recruitment, Mike? Are you looking to add to your retinue, Zhong Liao's retinue, or add a third officer to the mix? Can you see what you have? You have a unit of heavy Xiliang cavalry and a unit of lance cavalry. Zhong Liao has 2 units of axe bands and 2 units of archer militia. In terms of what you can recruit, obviously, as always, you've got one of each of the types that you are not, and then you've got the rest of your type. Because of your level, you can recruit Raider Cavalry, Mounted Lancer Militia, Xiliang Cavalry, and if we could afford it, you could recruit more heavy Xiliang Cavalry, but we can't afford them. Bits hype for You Took My Name with 10 bits. Trooper Meow, thank you very much for the 10 bits. Hype for You Took My Name. Welcome to the stream, You Took My Name. Arya, have you got any idea what you want to do whilst Lu Bu and Zhong Liao continue to hash out their marital problems? When you're almost at 10k channel points, Doomsday, thank you very much, bud. Appreciate all the support. 15k for David. 1 archer, 2 saber, then whatever Ryan wants. What, in your retinue? 1 archer, 2 saber militia? $48k for Sarah. See, like, this is what I mean. Everybody just kind of uses their channel points as, like, this is how long I've been around. Coughs in 91k. Ryan. Yes. Okay, so you said 1 archer. Well, I tell you what, just because I've got a little bit of obsessiveness about... We'll do the 2 saber. Oh! We can only afford the 2 sabers, at least in terms of the initial recruitment cost. We've got plenty of income to spend on upkeep, but we didn't have that much money in the treasury. So, looks like it's the 2 sabers for Lu Bu. Which brings us back to New Fu, Arya. Where would you like to go with New Fu? Sub time is better than channel points. I mean, I don't want to make it a competition. I do appreciate all of my Wolfpack members, especially given that how many of them there are, thanks to Matty and Pyrox and Liv and all the other people who've gifted subs in the last month. Let's continue heading west towards that enemy army and do... And what do I have under my command? You have 2 vanguards and then a class confused vanguard. I don't know what Guo Se is. Maybe he used to be a one of the other one. Maybe he used to be one and now they changed him to another. I don't know what's going on with Guo Sir. Ryan, if you could potentially check the patch notes and the previous patch and see if there's anything about Guo Sir's class changing. I think I remember seeing something about somebody changing class, and it may well have been Guo Sir, so that might be an issue there. But Arya, you've got those 3 guys. You've got 4 units of Mounted Lancer Militia and 2 units of G Militia. Need to go have a good stream. Thank you very much, Doomsday. Appreciate you stopping by, man. Hopefully see you soon. Hands, touching hands, reaching out, touching me, touching you. Sweet social distance, ba ba ba. Don't be touching, keep your hands washed and clean. Trooper Meow, thank you very much for the extra 10 bits, thank you very much. And another 5 for the ba ba ba, thank you very much, appreciate that, man. Let's just move towards the enemy. Okie doke. So you have 2 choices, Arya. You can either head west down the valley and try and hook around this way towards their army, or you can try and cut through this little pass here. But movement in the pass is slower. It appears that right now it doesn't actually matter. Like, they would both be just as quick as each other, or just as slow rather. But it's up to you. You're the general. My sub renews today, but since it's my Prime sub, I have to wait another 7 hours. Yeah, I know. I'm using my Prime sub this month on Matty's channel, but you can't just pay to have it renewed, right? You gotta wait until it expires and then renew it, and I'm like, guess I've got to wait 4 days before I can resub to Matty. Go through the pass, okie doke. So New Fu is gonna cut south through this little pass, and that is gonna do it for the autumn of 190. Cao Cao, Sun Jian, Kong Rong on his way to Longye as well. There's Tai Shi Tse. Another mission complete. From each according to their ability. My lord, the generals under your command are talented individuals, each with an array of skills they can put to use in improving your realm. In each commandery they can be sent on assignments to oversee and improve the infrastructure, both military and civic, of your lands. Each character has different qualities to bring to these endeavours, so inspect your options carefully. It's true, we haven't sent anybody on an assignment yet. I'm going to go to Chang'an. Income from peasantry improved by 50%. That would mean we practically double that. This would be about an extra 40 copper by the looks of things. So I think we Reigns is standing up in court. What? Yes, Jia Shu, what do you want? Not understanding what the fuck's going on. Well, whilst Jia Shu tells me what he's standing up for, Trooper Meow, basically Arya is sponsoring the general of this army, New Fu, which means she gets to decide where he goes. He's only got so much movement indicated by the black inky splotch outline, and she's trying to go over this way where there was an enemy army. She now can't see, but it's probably still there. But these mountains, I don't know if you can tell, are pretty freaking big, So her options were to go all the way down this valley and around this way, or to cut through this almost not visible there pass and come out this way. But the movement in here is much, much slower. You want to work, Jashu? Well, we'll see if we've got something for you. I definitely want to send Dongmin to improve income from peasantry, but we've still got 2 other assignments that we can dish out. 41, 43, 41, 42. Okay, yeah, I'm happy for Jashu to go as the second oldest member of the court. Jashu can do what? Stimulate markets or counter espionage? Which one would you prefer to do, Jashu? Thank you for checking, Ryan. I know they changed somebody's class at some point, but it might not have been Guo, sir. Stimulate markets, we have no active spies. Yes, but counter-espionage is not about boosting our spies, it's about increasing the amount of cover that enemy spies need to spend if they're going to be in our court. Which actually, now that I look at it, we don't have anybody willing to spy. Okay, there's the... so the spying got an overhaul as well in A World Betrayed. These are just normal officers that we can recruit as spies. Song Chen here is a potential turncoat, which means his satisfaction with his current faction, hey, I said faction twice, is low enough that we could potentially hire him, if we had enough money, to be our spy without leaving the faction he's in. So, Jashu wants to stimulate markets. Where's going to be the best province for him to do that? Luoyang has 110 commerce but no boost. I feel like you'd probably be pretty useful over there. But Chang'an has 80 commerce. Yeah, you know what? Oh no, wait, we don't own the city in Luoyang, do we? Never mind. Jashu! I shall dispatch you to stimulate markets in Chang'an. You've already requested it, so I'm not going to confirm it with you, but there we go. I'm also going to send Li Ru to counter-espionage in Chang'an as well. And then we are going to upgrade Chang'an's marketplace to a merchant registry office. I've got to head out, have a safe stream and continue killing people. Trooper Meow, thank you very much for the extra 10 bits. Thank you for coming by the stream, buddy. I really appreciate it. Hopefully see you soon. And hopefully I'll see you in SRP soon as well. Thank you very much for the bits and all your support, bud. Appreciate it. Have a good day. And I will see you soon, I hope. Let's move over to Lubu with Mike. Mike, you may well be able to squeeze another archer unit out of the budget if you wanted one, but it's up to you. I don't know what you want to do, let me know. Walks into markets and begins taking notes of workers goofing off. I can imagine Jashu with the clipboard, to be honest. Arya, are we still continuing through the pass? It's currently winter, so you're losing a fair few supplies here, but that's fine. Can't find anything on anyone getting class changes. Oh, fair enough. Pyrox enters chat singing joy to the world in the deep blue sea. Joy to you and me. Welcome to the stream, Joe. We need anti-cav. Ryan, do you want them in your retinue? Let's continue, says Niu Fu. Very well, Niu Fu is going to continue through the pass. What have we got available? Pretty much everything, to be honest. Councillor? Interesting. Guess we'll see who earns those positions. Mike, you may be interested to know that Lu Bu apparently starts off as our Grand Commandant. Some spears wouldn't go amiss, but I think we should get moving first and foremost. I'll take some spears, then we'll move next turn. 1 unit. Very well. Grand Commandant Lu Bu. 1 unit of spears for you. And we've gained a clay axe. Wonderful. That's all we're going to be able to do for the winter, so we'll proceed. I don't know, Joe. I just did, I saw Joy to the World and I went with it. Matthew! I swear I'm about to throw a temper tantrum. Passed half a dozen motorbikes on my way to work, and apparently the local cops are already out rolling around, and I still need to charge mine. You need to charge your motorbike? Do motorbikes need charging? I are confused. Dong Zhuo moves to finally make China safe. Very, very tempted to add a again to the end of that. The commandery must inevitably fall to you as well. Minor warlords hold on to nominal power and doubtless plot against both you and the Emperor. Their would-be treason must be met with merciless steel. You must march at once. Well, we'll march when we're ready, but sure. Yeah, because battery for lights and shit. Oh, that makes sense. I'm not very car savvy, or bike savvy, or anything savvy, really. Mike, let me know what you want to do next. You're currently mustering your G militia. It's what can we build? We could upgrade Han Zhong's silk trader to a Silk Road trading post, which I think we shall do. Tom, is the town just south of the pass enemy or friendly? It's neutral. It's under the warlord Zhang Lu, who we don't have any specific relationship with. Need a nap, didn't sleep worth a crap last night. I know how that feels. I had that situation on Monday, and I've still been trying to correct my sleeping pattern ever since. I mean, if anything needs charging, probably a safe assumption it has a battery. Fair enough. Move towards Zhengjiang. I mean, the game seems to think the fastest way to do that is to head northeast and cross the river at Xihe. I don't know if that's the way you want to do it, but let me know. And Arya, I need to know whether Niu Fu is going to continue through the pass as well. We do actually need to pick a reform, so I'm going to pick that while the generals deliberate. I don't actually think that a Bureau of Banditry will do us too much harm, considering we're going to have public order problems without intimidation being kept up, so we'll go for a Bureau of Banditry. Peace can only be attained through regulation. Misinformation leads to chaos, and chaos to war. I'll let Ryan decide the route, okie doke. Let's continue through the pass for Niu Fu. Niu Fu is going to continue battling his way through this horrible pass with his small force. And then Lu Bu has delegated to Zhong Liao the route to be taken. So Zhong Liao, what do you think the army should do to get to Zhongjiang? We'll take the suggested route to the north. Very well. Onwards. East first, following the Great Wall of China. And it is spring, so there is a save to be sprung. And we'll continue to the summer. Enforced march. God damn it, Ryan. When are you going to learn you can't tack things on in a separate message? I'm going to read the one you've said with the full stop at the end and act on it. You of all people with nearly 100,000 channel points should know that that's not how I do shit. Hires new young workers for the markets and fires the stupid ones. Jia Shu firing and hiring in the markets there. What did I say about the news? I don't even remember. Well, you know, you do have almost 100,000 channel points of me being shit, but that should mean that you're capable of adapting to the shit, instead of just bitching about it all the time. 100,000 channel points worth of experience, can't adapt. What's going on now? The Han Emperor, the fate of the Emperor. Okay, this is interesting. The Han Emperor has been within your court for a year now. The people expect you to go through the ceremonies to legitimize your place as his regent, though some of your advisors suggest more drastic actions. Okay, I don't recall this, but I guess I've never played as Dong Zhuo before, so what do we want to do here? Big important decision, guys. What do you think? It was the dialogue that you read off? I don't know, Joe. I just I read things and then move on. Which, you know, people like Ryan with 100,000 channel points still apparently don't understand. But that's how I work. Niu Fu is saying continue as Prime Minister. Jia Shu is also recommending continuing as Prime Minister. Lu Bu also recommending continuing, and Zhong Liao saying pass. It seems that there's resounding support for continuing as the Prime Minister. So I guess we will go with that. The Han may be weakened, but the Emperor is still the Emperor. There is no great honor, or there is no greater honor than to serve as the regent of the most divine man under heaven. Very well. Luoyang has enough money to upgrade its coastal trading post, which is not coastal at all, it's a river trading post, but hey ho, to a coastal trading port. I guess we'll do that. Then I need to know if Niu Fu is still going to continue struggling through that pass. And either Lu Bu or Zhong Liao, I'm assuming that Zhong Liao still has the delegation to choose which route they're taking, or confirm. Now let's get these layabouts moving. Forced march. Very well. Forced march for Lu Bu's army, being spurred into action by Captain Zhong Liao. Hey, let's get through that pass. New Fu gonna continue plodding on through the pass.
向前进军。
Only setting at 13,000 channel points right now. Thank you so much though, Zhuo. 13,000 is not a number to be trifled at. Trifled at? I don't know if that's how English works. Plank Purple, welcome to the stream. Guys, say hello to Plank Purple. They're new here. This game is looking so good. This game is good. This is possibly... It is my favourite Total War, and it's possibly the best Total War that they've put out. Alright, boys, I'm clocking out. Beat you in Show Up for me. We shall try. You took my name. Thank you very much for stopping by the stream, man. I appreciate that. You can move into Forced March. Snowy, you can move further but don't replenish and will be tired and more vulnerable to ambushes. That is true. I have all games of Total War. Yes, me too, Plank Purple. I've played them all except for Thrones of Britannia, which I own but just have never bothered to play. Now my PC is dead and old and I need to buy new. Oh yeah, I was there not long ago. I think we're done with the summer. Our intimidation is dropping.
群山巍峨，引人攀登。
Right now, but we should be okay for a little bit. Yen Bai Hu taking Po Yang Weapon Craftsman. And we'll be away for a bit, shower time, and I'm not forcing them into a forced march to a small pass like that. Okay, Arya, no worries. If you're not around, we'll just kind of continue with roughly what you wanted us to do. So I'll take us towards Gongdu to fight him. Guys, Han Sui wants to offer us a trade agreement which is worth 383 copper per turn. My PC is a potato. I use GeForce now to allow me to play new games like this one. It's better for getting through a pass. Ah, yes. Ryan, Zhong Liao is saying accept the trade agreement. Jia Xu also recommending we accept, as is Lu Bu, so that's pretty resounding. We will accept. New Fu coming in there as well with an accept. Gongsun Zan declared war on Liu Yu. Kind of want to have a look, see if there's any more available turncoats. Yan Pu in Zhong Lu's court is also almost there, but we don't have the money to turncoat them. We will continue moving Niu Fu through the pass because Arya said she's showering. Ryan, ooh, public order in Anding is going down. Probably because Anding still has rural administration officers. Part of me feels like Dong Zhuo wouldn't care though. Ryan, I'm assuming we're still force marching towards where we want to be for crossing the river. We are. Very well, Lu Bu's army still on the move. And that's gonna do us for this turn, I think. Continues monitoring new workers in the markets. Jia Xu getting the job done. Zhong Zhang looks like she's heading towards she-her. Ma Tung declared war on Zhonglu. Remain hungry. A swordsman in your realm is known to be unbeatable, and you've enjoyed many evenings watching him defeat challengers in fighting matches. However, one evening he is challenged by a peasant armed with a simple homemade bamboo staff in place of a sword. The warrior scoffs, but the peasant's fighting style is unknown to him and he is soon laid low by the deft movement of the staff. You contemplate this and conclude that flexibility is the greatest weapon against chaos, and it is time you yourself studied a new skill. We've gained the discourses of the states. Fan Cho is in the recruitment pool. Fan Chou was actually one of Dong Zhuo's officers, so I'm kind of curious as to why we don't already have him. He hasn't yet fought for anybody else. He's 27. I mean, we can easily afford an additional officer, and he does start at level 3. So I think I'm going to pick him up, just because he's supposed to be with us anyway. And we'll take a little look at him. Fan Chou is 27 years old, level 3 Vanguard with an Inspector background. He is populist, greedy and determined, and he has a fondness towards our faction because he's supposed to be in it. Dong Min has also leveled up. Dong Min is a 48-year-old level 2 commander. Officer background, incompetent, vigilant and healthy. Of the two, between clarity and intensity, I think I'm going to go for intensity because I don't think someone who's incompetent is all that clear. So we'll go with intensity instead. I guess a 48-year-old who's vigilant and healthy would be, in some way, shape or form, pretty intense to deal with. Especially if you're in a fight with him. Chang'an Jade Mine could be upgraded. Although saying that, we could afford to turn a turncoat with the current money we have. I wish I knew how old these people were. His satisfaction is 28 and his possible turncoat. Wait, his is 43. How in the fuck are they, like, unless maybe they have disloyal traits? Like, I mean, that doesn't seem like it's all that. 43 especially. Like, you've got to keep people above 50. Just looked up Fan Chou, pretty interesting character. He was promoted to General of the Household and then General of the Right. Yeah, Dong Zhuo had a few officers. I know most of their names because you used to fight the Battle of Hulao Gate in every single playthrough of Dynasty Warriors. It didn't matter which faction you picked, almost all of them fought that battle. So you get used to seeing Dong Zhuo's officers. We're going to trespass into Zhonglu's land here, because that's what Arya wants New Fu to do, is go and hunt down Gongdu. He was assassinated by Li Zhuo and Guo Si. Sounds about right. We're going to upgrade the Jade Pits to a Jade Craftsman at Chang'an. Ryan, Lu Bu's forces are running pretty low on supplies up here because they're in hostile territory. In 195, he's got 4 years left in him. Right. Fortunately for him, he's not going to die historically. We will force it onto the river. So you want to end up on boats? If we can. Maybe? Yeah, you can get on the river. Oh, that's clever, Ryan. God damn. That's real fucking smart, man. Good job. Alright, that's going to take us into the winter of 191 AD. Hello, Imotech. Welcome to the stream, bud. How's your Wednesday going? Okay. David! Zhuo Shu has leveled up. He is a 44-year-old, now level 2 legendary strategist with a blade-in-the-dark background, cunning, deceitful and perceptive, and you have the choice of patience or wisdom. Wisdom. The wise make their own decisions. The ignorant follow public opinion. Interesting. I've never read the one for wise before. That's a really good one. That's basically it's almost the same as something I heard Ed Sheeran say. He didn't say it today, but I heard it today, which was, there is no path to success, but the path to failure is pleasing everyone. I thought that was pretty profound. Is Lubu overpowered like in movies and in games? He certainly is at the start, Plank Purple. Some of the more famous generals, if you're familiar with the period, start at like level 4. Dong Zhuo actually starts at level 5. Lubu starts at level 7 out of 10. Doesn't mean that other people can't catch up with him, but he certainly has an advantage in the beginning. Niu Fu is actually running pretty low on supplies, so since Arya's not here, I'm going to make an encampment and attempt to minimize how many supplies they lose. And for Onding, we will build irrigated farms. We will resume normal stance and make landfall. Landfall has been made, Ryan, but your supplies are still running pretty low. Singing in the shower is all fun and games until you get shampoo in your mouth. Then it becomes a soap opera. Oh my god. Zhuo. Zhuo. Zhongzhong is raiding. She has 8 units and 3 officers. You guys have 9 units and 2 officers. I mean, you know, 2 of her officers aren't Lu Bu and Zhong Liao, but... Scott, welcome to the stream. How you doing, buddy? How's your Wednesday going? We will push on into spring of 192. Yen Bai Hu still taking more land. Gongsun Zan looking like he's about to take some. Gongsun Zan, rather. Sun Jian taking land. Everybody's taking land. Zhongzhang has taken Shihe fishing port. Basically just woke up, Scott. No worries. What are Song Qian's men? I'll have a look, Ryan. Song Qian's men are bandit warriors who are weak against cavalry, and his spearmen are bandit gang. Lisa! Welcome to the stream. How's your Wednesday? I swallowed a dictionary. It gave me thesaurus throat I've ever had. Wow. Okay, we are going with Ryan. Ryan, you're about to be running out of supplies, just so you are aware. Like, I think next turn you're going to be running, like, you're going to be out of them. Wednesday's pretty good. How is yours? It's going well. I've been awake for 16 hours at this point, and I need to try and stay up as long as possible today to try and get my sleep pattern back upside down. How far can Zhongjong move? Not across the border on land and up to this bend in the river on the water. What's happened so far and who's Lubu? Mike has sponsored Lubu. And what's happened so far is Lubu and Zhongliao took Unding Toolmaker, and now they're wandering up here to try and fight Zhongjong. And Niu Fu, who is sponsored by Arya, is wandering around to the west of our territory. That's about it. Yes, Plank Purple, I play with what we call sponsor and officer. So if you want to do exclamation mark join me 3K with a capital K and the number 3 as it says in the title, it basically explains what that actually does, but basically you get to choose what they level up with. Do I drink coffee? No, I ordered a Domino's just so I could order like 2-litre bottles of Coke. Does encampment help replenish supplies? It certainly diminishes how many you lose. It technically generates plus 10, but like when you're losing, you know, plus 30 or minus 30. So you're losing 30, you gain 4 just because. So if you encamped, you would gain 14, but you would still lose the 30. So you'd have a change of 60, like you'd lose 16, but currently you're losing 26. So it minimizes it, but it doesn't turn it around unless you've got a lot better supplies. No, I can drink coffee, I just don't like coffee. David, thank you for popping the join me command. You hate doing online school, Lissa? I mean, I get that. Where are we at with Niu Fu? See, I don't think Niu Fu's going to be able to turn around that supply disadvantage either. But Niu Fu Arya is currently encamped because now that he's not in our territory anymore, he's losing a lot of supplies. I put him in encamp stance because it lowers the amount of supplies he loses, but he's still losing them. So like the further you go, the more chance you're going to run out of supplies, and then you're going to end up losing troops. No, you can't restock at that town because it's not our town. Can you take it? No, we're not at war with Zhonglu. And even if we were, I think you would struggle to take it off him, given how many men he's got. Because he's got 11 units and 2 officers, and you have 6 units and 3 officers. We'll go for the... Okay, hold on. let's head back to our territory. Okido.
正气如火，熊熊不息。
I kind of love that both of Dong Zhuo's armies have gotten themselves into problems. See how the bar's now going massively up positive? That's because you're no longer getting minus 30 supplies from being in hostile territory. Or just, i.e., non-friendly territory. So Ryan, I'm not seeing a protest from Mike. So you said jump onto the water at the edge of her reach. As in out of her reach? Or just inside her reach?
我吕奉先自是一方英雄。开战！
We can fall back from a naval attack, can't we? Yes. But there was that time where I once got attacked as Cao Cao, and the movement that the enemy army utilised was just fucking insane. They basically came halfway down a river, attacked me, I retreated, they chased me, attacked me again, defeated me, and then still somehow had the movement to get all the way back. And I mean, like, we're not talking short distances, I even know where it was. It was down here. I was accidentally in the water around about here, and they came out of Guangling Trade Port all the way up here, fought me, chased me down to about here, killed me, and then still had the movement to get all the way back to Guangling Trade Port. So, yes, you can retreat from a naval battle, and yes, it would be outside of her range, but fuck if I know if it's not going to be weird about it. Shoot 9005, welcome to the stream, guys. Say hello to Shoot. We don't have a mods list, although even if I did, I don't play with mods on 3K, so it wouldn't say anything anyway. I am a mod. How can I help you? How can I direct your call today? Well, just on the edge of her movement range. Okay. So that would be around about there then. And it is spring, so we can get another reform, which is lovely. Oh, look! +4 military surprise. Oh dear. Surprise! You want some surprise? Permission to forage. When your fields are ashes, then you have my permission to forage. That might help you guys out a smidge. It is spring, so we will go ahead and pop another save. And see where the summer takes us. Essentially, in the early game, you have to manage your supplies. If you go too far into foreign territory, or you winter, you lose a lot of supplies. Like in the early game, supplies are really important to manage. In the late game, they practically disappear entirely. You just have enough supply modifiers that most situations you're not going to lose them. But in the early game, they're certainly an issue. And I'm fine with it being that way. Like, I think that's an interesting way of doing it. The banquet. You are hosting a lavish feast with many officials present. As the food is brought out, you also have your men drag in the unfortunate entertainment for the evening. An enemy officer, now at your mercy. Lubu saying flog, Imhotep saying flog as well. I am tempted to do that. It would be within character, I think. Imhotep's entered lurk for World War Z. Thank you very much, Imhotep. Appreciate you letting me know. And thank you for the support. New Fu saying flog. Zhong Liao saying ignore them. I think we're going to flog them. Feeling full, you decided to work it off, so personally flogged the officer until the next course was brought out. There's nothing like a spot of exercise to work up an appetite. Oh dear. That has upset a few peeps, but most of them should be okay, I think. There is a lurk command, Pyrox, yes. It has restored our intimidation now, which is nice though. Arya, I need to know what New Fu's next plan is, or next plans are. And Ryan, currently you guys are now gaining supplies sitting on the river with that extra reform that we took. Very, very slowly, I would add, but you are gaining supplies. Zhongzhang is still in Shihe. Sub-sponsor. What do you mean, Imhotep? Guys, thank you so much for hanging out today. We're about halfway through the stream. We currently have 15 viewers and a lovely active chat. That's very, very nice. Appreciate that. Thank you guys so much. Get back through that pass towards the capital. Very well. New Fu's army shall begin muffling. Muffling. I was going to say moving and shuffling, and it became muffling. So they're muffling their way back through the pass. I have returned to court. No, I think you may be returning to court next turn. Xiahou Yuan is in the recruitment pool. I'm not convinced he's not there as a spy, but he's in the pool. Although saying that, he last fought for Cao Cao in 190, and it's now 192. He's also willing to spy for us. Oh, I mean from the kitchen. Okay, I guess that makes sense. Part of me really wants to hire Xiahou Yuan as a spy and send him back to Cao Cao. Let's move south and drop onto the shore just north of the port, preferably outside of its reinforcement range. I kind of want to send him back to Cao Cao, but this time as a spy. Do you not think that we should do that? It wouldn't put us in a deficit. We'd still be making nearly 700 per turn. I do say that now. Well, fortunately for me, I'm Dong Zhuo. So, you know, I can do what I want. We're going to send Xiahou Yuan back to Cao Cao and see how that goes. It's fine. I believe in you guys to be productive generals and officers and make plenty of money and conquer plenty of territory. That's what you're there for. I'll decide who we hire. Right, what did you say you want to move to the north of the port? Outside of its reinforcement range would be about there, by the looks of things. Right, that's going to do it for the summer of 192. God, Yen Bai Hu is just completely smashing the crap out of the south. Cao Cao's running around, doing Cao Cao stuff. And Zhongzhang has come out. Apparently we were not far enough outside of reinforcement range because the garrison is going to come. They outnumber you by 300, Mike, but apparently even the delegate would still give us the win. Hidden axes fuck everything up with scare. Mike saying fight it. It's his army. I don't think you would lose supplies in Han territory, Arya, no. Mike, confirm the fight. Confirming the fight. I think if we can get Lu Bu to duel Zhongzhang, he should win. Zhong Liao should easily beat Song Qian in a duel. And Lu Zheng's a strategist, so she should be easily enough to kill anyway. An effective use of Lu Bu's cavalry should knock out most of their archers and poor morale troops. I'm going to try, Ryan. My plan is for both our officers to duel both of their dueling officers, but I don't know if they'll do it. Jia Xu sits down in the market to await the results from the battle. Kick 'em in the nuts, says Scott. I mean, we're gonna try. I don't like this. Long live the Bandit Queen. Sarah defecting in the middle of the stream. World War Z is great, just had a fair time on the Horde mode. I've seen a couple people play that before. It looked, definitely didn't look like my kind of game, but I can see why. Excuse me. I can see why people would find it fun, for sure. Alright. I'm gonna go with Saber Militia in the center, flanked by the Axe Bands. put the G militia on the right flank at the back. The archer militia across the back line. I actually think that Lu Bu and Zhong Liao are gonna go out the front because they don't care. They don't give a shit. And then we'll put the lance cavalry here, and they're going to be more or less taking damage on behalf of the heavy Xiliang cavalry. Yeah, Dong's at court. I mean, Ryan's not wrong. Dong Zhuo is at court because he starts at court, first of all. He's one of the few faction leaders that starts not on the field, on the campaign map. But I think that's a fitting place for him, to be perfectly honest. That may well be our screen cover for next week's campaign start. Who knows? We'll see. Zhong doesn't want to duel Zhong Liao, which is not a great sign. She also doesn't want to duel Lu Bu. Apparently Tong Chen is still hidden.
乖乖受死！
住口！受死吧！
准备好了，
快集合兵力！将军有难，急需救援。
快速前进！跑起来！顶住！推进！
Here we go. Lu Bu and Zhong Liao stuck into the enemy's troops. Zhong is coming forward. Oh, there's Tong Chen. See if Lu Bu can chase down Lu Zhong.
可怜。之语必出自可怜之口。
起兵
你真的是力敌千人。
亲眼见识一下吧。
敌军仓皇逃窜，一群懦夫。
准备就绪。顽强不屈。
Could you not? Nope. She's done. Oh, good. Why don't you guys start fighting Song Chen, because he's annoying. Zhang Liao can actually return to the battlefield. I don't know if he's going to get there before the fight's finished, but he can. He can drop back. Charge them. You won't have to fight them. Does she want a duel yet? No. Liu Zhong's dead. See if we can get... Oh shit, Zhong Zhang's in a rage. Maybe we should avoid her for a second. Okay, you go get them. You come down and get them. Fling Lu Bu at these hidden axes because they're pretty tough. But I think if we can get him into the middle of them, he'll probably be able to get rid of them. We'll drop his his big smashy ability, and then we'll have him try and kill Zhong Zhang. Song Chen's running, Zhong Zhang's running. Victory! Alright, wait a minute, I seem to have missed some stuff in the chat there. Chris coming in with a 500 bits. Thank you very much, Chris. Appreciate that so much, man. Appreciate the support. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And Pyrox dropping 400 bits as well. Pyrox, thank you very much, buddy. Appreciate that so much. Thank you. And then Chris gifting 5 tier 1 subs. So welcome SFX1 to the Wolfpack. Rizapum, welcome to the Wolfpack. Plank Purple, welcome to the Wolfpack. Trooper Meow, welcome to the Wolfpack. And Harukichi, welcome to the Wolfpack. All on behalf of and thanks to Bama GTR. Bama, Chris, thank you so much, man. I appreciate that. Kicking April off to a hell of a start, guys. April 1st and already dropping many bits and gift subs there. And then Pyrox coming in with 10 gifted subs. Thank you so much, Joe. 31 total gifted subs in the channel. Wujek Korek, welcome to the Wolfpack. Dennis Edmond 18, welcome to the Wolfpack. Ms. Paul Mason 5150, Autumn, welcome to the Wolfpack. Savio 23, welcome to the Wolfpack. Blazerway 04, welcome to the Wolfpack. Juan Aguileno, welcome to the Wolfpack. Damjan 52, welcome to the Wolfpack. Biffniff or Buffniff, welcome to the Wolfpack. Red Hill Gaming, Hill getting a gifted sub to the Wolfpack from Pyrox there, and Cuban Mail, welcome to the Wolfpack as well. Thank you so much, guys, for kicking off April with one hell of a fucking start there. Giving you a lurk as usual. Sorry, can't listen or chat while at work. Let me just send Reese Cup There we go. Right. We probably could have ran down some peeps, but it's not the end of the world. Victory has been achieved. An anonymous cheerer has cheered 300 bits. Thank you, Anonymous, whoever you may be. I appreciate you. April Fools were taking the gifted subs back. Yeah, I mean, you know, it could happen. Who knows? Guys, thank you so much, man. That's a hell of a start to April already, just in this one stream. Trooper Meow, Pyrox, and Bama GTR coming in there. Thank you guys so much. Bama with another 100 bits as well. Thank you so much, Chris. Thank you, man. Much love, guys. I appreciate you. Victory over Zhongjiang. Lu Zhong's dead. There's a development. 10 intimidation gained. And Mike, I don't know if you're here, buddy, but you've captured 25-year-old Song Qian. He is uncomplicated, competitive, and trustworthy. You could hire him, you could release him for, well, 200 income, or you can execute him. Mike's saying hire him. We're gonna hire Song Qian. And what do you want to do with your 285 prisoners, Mike? Pyrox, thank you very much for dropping the Discord join. There we go. This is just our afternoon. Still have many more streams this month. We do have many more streams this month. Lu Zhong, no! So, David. Seize their supplies. Very well. I'm going to seize the supplies. Aha! Here we go. Diao Chan. The minister Wang Yun invites you for tea at his home. While there, you are charmed by one of his serving girls. Asking her name, Wang Yun says the beautiful woman is called Diao Chan, and it would honor him if you wished to add her to your household. What do you guys think we should do here? Imhotep's dropping kill Wang Yun. You have a request for this turn. What would you like to request, David? Lisa says we should get snacks. Hashtag sponsor change. Oh, okay. Are you dropping Jia Xu for Song Qian, David? Yes, 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 yes. Add her. Didn't Sarah want to sponsor her? She does, yes. So I'm tempted to... But history? I mean, the historical thing to do is employ her, not kill Wang Yun. You do know that, right? It literally says it there. Like, she was very much employed by Dong Zhuo. It's the reason that Lu Bu turned on her. Or turned on him, rather. Arya just subscribed with her second month, 2-month streak. Yes, 2 months, not long, but hope many more months to come. 2 months is better than one, Arya. I really appreciate all the gifted subs that were dropped last month and all the ones that have been dropped today already. But at the end of the day, a gifted sub isn't somebody who's coming back to the channel. It's great for a one-time, like, boost to, you know, the payout, but 2 months is special, man. Like, that means that you chose to come back, and I appreciate that so much. Thank you very much. Lissa cheering with 100 bits as well. Lissa, thank you so much. Mike's headset is dying. I think we're going to employ her because I know that Sarah wants to sponsor Diao Chan. Enamored of her elegance, you eagerly accepted Diao Chan into your household. We have hired Song Chen. So, first of all, David, are you moving your sponsorship from Jia Xu to Song Chen? Is that what I think you're requesting? I am. Alright, let me get that swapped over first of all then. David abandoning Jia Xu for Song Chen. Again. And Sarah, I assume... Oh, David, just so you can see, you're 26 years old. You have a fondness for our faction, because we saved you. You're level 2 Sentinel with a saboteur background, uncomplicated, competitive, and trustworthy. And Sarah Diao Chan is 20 years old. She's a level 2 strategist with a deadly beauty background. She's charismatic, perceptive, and beautiful. So yes, Imhotep, Jia Xu is now available because David has moved his sponsor. No, she didn't always have this art, Ryan. This art is new as of A World Betrayed. Sarah, you have one skill point to pick as well between patience and wisdom. Yeah, Deadly Beauty looks like plus 35 cunning. That's crazy. She fine. Is there a way I can cancel the recurring? What do you mean the recurring, Imhotep? Patience, Sarah? Patience it is. For Diao Chan, the Deadly Beauty. Cute, got a couple questions, but suppose I shouldn't ask here. I mean, it depends what the questions are about, Scott. Alright, let's see where we're at. Song Chen has joined. We've built some stuff. Ryan and Mike, you guys are again starting to run low on supplies. But the enemy doesn't have a lot of troops in front of you in Shihe fishing port. Apparently Li Xiu is the one in command right now. Zhong Zhong is wounded. Let's press on and take the fishing village. I mean, I don't know if Mike's still here or not. I'll see if he comes back. Because technically it's up to him. So whilst he's coming back, we shall find Arya. Arya, you are still currently in the pass. It is what he wanted you to do in the first place, Ryan, but he has every right to change his mind, and it's his fucking army. Force march through the pass. Very well. I mean, you're not going to get through it, but you'll get further through it. Fan Cho is not a happy bunny. When does that recent events expire? I don't know because it's not telling me. Okay. I mean, we may have a little bit longer with him before we need to do anything, but Fan Cho looks awfully like Jujun. Click one of the armies and it should be under their effects in the bottom left. Nope. It's typically like it should be up here as a recent event thing, but it's not. But he'll be fine for another turn, I think. Doesn't look like we're getting Mike back, so I'm just gonna go with
遵命，
this is what his plan was. So this is still the plan, I guess.
把他们全打趴下。
Low casualties, very nice. We'll flick it to a night battle just for some extra, or hoping we take a few less casualties. And we shall delegate. Imatech with the tier 1 sub. Imatech, welcome back to the Wolfpack, man. Thank you very much, bud. I appreciate that. Give me Jashu as my sponsor. Alrighty. Let's get this battle out of the way and we'll get you Jashu. I think we'll just occupy it.
此城甚善，先收下了。闻风而动，雷厉风行。
Li Xiu killed in battle. And now Imatech is going to be taking Jiashu. Alright, alright, alright. Still got no free assignments. Can we upgrade it?
时不再来。
I mean, no, you can't choose to upgrade it. You're a captain. I wonder if I'll get the direct trait this time. Got about an hour till supper. Any ideas? What, for supper? Like what to have? So it's a civil matter, not a military one. Burgers or pizza? Good call.
杀！
I mean... It's a fishing village. I guess you could upgrade it, Ryan? If you wanted to. No, you can't recruit in forced march stance, Arya. Are we the bad guys? Almost definitely. Are we upgrading, Ryan? Correct, and I'll pass on the sushi as I don't really like it. I'm with you. I'm with you, Joe. I won't upgrade it right now, actually. Okay. Alright, I think everybody has moved. We're getting a warning about Fan Cho, but I may ignore it for a second. We'll push onwards again. Those guys are getting super strong over there. Hey, Lissa. Looks like Zhong Zhong's got an army on the way. Discord DM inbound, okay. Spy dispatched, Xiahou Yuan. I actually completely forgot that we'd bought him. Zhu and Sun Qian both in the recruitment pool. Both of those are characters that are in, like, they're not super important, but they're pretty prominent in the early chapters of the romance. Zhu I think with Yuan Shao, and Sun Qian with Liu Bei. Alright, la 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 la. Hanzhong can have its Silk Road trading post upgraded to a Silk Road caravan post. So why not? Arya, what would you like to do with Niu Fu's army? And Ryan and or Mike, what would you like to do with Lu Bu's army, which is currently replenishing in Shihe fishing port? We do indeed have Chu Gong and Tian Zhou on the way over, with practically no men. That's a big army in the west. Oh, that one? Yeah, it's pretty sizable. Yoa turbans. What can you do, Imhotep? Jia Xu is currently on assignment, stimulating the markets in Chang'an. What did you say, Arya? Let's get out of the pass, then I will let them rest. Okay, I think you're almost out of the pass with that move. If Mike has no orders, I would like to move a bit closer to Chugong, preferably just to the edge of his movement, and then drop into ambush. I don't think Mike's here right now. I think he's wandered off to fix his headset. Don't have the mix-ins to make those. How's your supplies, Arya? In friendly territory, they will be fine. If they're not full, they'll be filling up. Right. I don't think we've got Mike right now, Ryan, so... Chugong's movement can't actually get him through that pass. So we can move you to like the end of it and set up an ambush there, if you want. Wujek Korek, thank you for the follow, buddy. Welcome to the doghouse. I think you followed after being a subscriber since you got a gifted sub, I believe. Yeah, that works. Let's do that then. Lu Bu in ambush stance at the end of the pass. Fan Cho currently on a -5. I think we're going to have to give him something, otherwise he's not going to stop being unsatisfied. At some point he's going to get rid of the -10 from recent events, which would take him up to 15. But his lack of purpose is also going to increase by another -10, which would bring him back down to a 5. So really all we need to do is appease him until the recent events thing goes away. I mean, shit, let's just give him a novelty clay axe to stop him bitching. I don't know, maybe that'll help. Okay. That should be all we can do for this turn. We shall proceed. Yen Bai Hu still continuing to take a shit ton of land. Cao Cao has Shun Yu there. Apparently Chu Gong just skipped through your ambush, Ryan. I don't know how he's done that. Chili dogs, Scott? That sounds fucking delicious. Spy recruited, Xiao Yuan. Declawing the tiger, Sun Jian is killed by Huang Zu at the Battle of Xiangyang, cut down in a hail of arrows. And Xiao Yuan has been made Cao Cao's chancellor. Yes. Hi. Hello. Oh, Xiao Dun's not looking like he's too happy either. He's been removed from office. I wonder if he was removed from Chancellor and then Cao Cao gave it to Xiao Yuan. He's also got Zhou Tai in there. Yeah, Xiao Yuan's particularly happy over there now. That's interesting. Gotta do schoolwork, Lissa. Thank you for stopping by, Lissa. Appreciate it. See you soon. Alrighty. Arya. It looks to me like Niu Fu is finally out of the pass. If you even switch to normal stance, he could actually enter Hanzhong Silk Trader. But there is, to the west, the Yellow Turbans under Gongdu have now taken the town of Wudu, and they have a rather large army milling around at the end of the valley. Yes, you can move out of forced march, and you are pretty much out of the pass. You can now move a little bit further on the road. How did the Dong lose his horse pastures from 182? I think that it's more like that's where he was historically, and then in the novel, like, he basically just moves to the capital, right? Like, he was over here as a warlord, as a general. He had troops over here, he had a few small holdings, but he wasn't really the guy in charge. So the 182 start position for him over here is just meant to reflect that that's where he was. It's not meant to reflect that, like, that's his personal kingdom, and then he comes down here and then he's somehow forgotten his own kingdom. Like, that isn't how it works. Let's see about recruiting some more to my retinue. Are you wanting to stay stood in the end of the pass, or are you wanting to move out somewhere else? Got about 45 minutes left on the stream for today, guys. Let's move out away from the pass just outside Hanzhong. Very well. Just outside Hanzhong. And then you want to recruit to your retinue. All we can afford to recruit right now, and even then upkeep wise we're pushing it, is Saber Militia, G Militia or Archer Militia. No worries, Mike. Let's do one archer. I don't want to push us too far down. Okay. One archer it is. And Ryan, you said let's go take the settlement off of Chugong. Mike, just so you know, you guys won the battle over here, and then Ryan had you guys take She-Her fishing port. Which I think you know, maybe you don't. Then he wanted to ambush Chugong, who was coming up this pass. For some reason, Chugong just skipped through the ambush and took She-Her town, which is deserted, so it doesn't have a garrison. And this is his force. There's not much to it. So Ryan was about to go and just take that off him, now that they've paid the 4,000 copper to colonize it. Do you want to do that? Sounds good. Boff. Low predicted casualties. You outnumbered them 3 to 1. What would you like to do? Let's go, Mario! Delegate. Done. Chugong's dead, unfortunately. Along with whoever the hell that geezer was. Gained an ancillary. And a weapon. What do you want to do with the town, Mike? Back to the rice paddies, sweet prince. Oh dear. Loot and occupy. Okay.
恪守仁义，怎么养活军队？
Dong Zhuo moves to finally make China safe. New mission. As traitors fall, Dong Zhuo looks to his own future. That's the same mission title as before. Your rule is becoming without question, my lord. You are the Emperor's fist, prosecuting his enemies with merciless justice. Yet so long as they remain, there is work left for you to do. March out at once and see that they regret the day they ever raised a sword against you. We've secured Xi He. Zhang Liao and Zhong Zhang are now rivals, Ryan. As are Lu Bu and Zhong Zhang. Chu Gong was killed in battle. We'll come back to that. And Tian Chou was killed in battle as well. And now, Mike, you have a devious attendant and a noble sword as loot. Obviously, you're not able to take the sword, but why would you anyway? But if you wish, you can take the devious attendant for yourself, or you can send him as a gift to somebody else. And you can also send the sword as a gift to somebody else if you wish. What are you keeping? Sorry? You need to work on the Mario voice to use in SRP at some point? Maybe not. Finally be 21 this Friday, Mike. 21 this Friday. God damn. Happy early birthday, man. I won't be streaming on Friday. Well, I might be streaming SRP on Friday night, I guess, but won't be streaming Friday evening. Send the sword to Ryan. Very well. Ryan, you're currently using a military gen, which... I mean, you can see the stats there for yourself. But Lu Bu is offering you a noble sword. Do you accept? I'm going to keep my gen but express my thanks. Well, in that case, you can either send the gift back to Lu Bu, or you can send the gift on to somebody else. It's up to you. Birthdays lost their charm on me about 15 years ago. I really stopped celebrating birthdays almost 15 years ago myself. Now, like, we're not the same age, Scott, but we clearly got there about the same time. Is there anyone you like? Good question. Yeah, Lu Bu. You and Lu Bu are friends, but that's it. Doesn't help that yours is New Year's Eve, Scott. Yeah, I guess it wouldn't. Everybody counting down to your birthday being finished and all. Here, Lu Bu, have a gift. Okay, in that case, Mike, Zhang Liao has given you his thanks, but he's going to keep his current weapon, so you can either try and send the noble sword somewhere else, or you can let it revert to the loot pile, but Mike's BRB. $15 love. Scott set up an ambush. Thank you very much, Scott. Smoke break, no worries. Alright, well, Mike's gone BRB, so I guess this loot is reverting to the pool. For those of you who don't know, when you win a battle and get loot, the general gets to distribute it, but they only get to distribute it on that turn. After that, it becomes the faction leader's loot, because I can't keep track of what every individual person has looted in their career. I think that will do us for the winter. So we shall proceed. Oh, I guess I can invoke the council, can't I? Let's see what mission Lubu gives us. Any great warlord is aided and sustained by the great ministries. You may consider putting one of your comrades into a ministerial position. Their aid will surely be appreciated. Yeah, we're not going to rush to do that one, but when it happens, it'll happen. But we'll proceed into the spring. I need more people for my army. That big army to the west of me has me worried. Well, that's the challenges of playing Total War in the early game, is you kind of have to balance, you know, a limited budget, which I will add is made even harder when doing it with Sponsor and Officer, because everybody wants the money for their army. You guys kind of need to work together as much as, you know, working quote-unquote with me. Like, you have a lot of autonomy in this if you're a general, and, you know I don't help sometimes with recruiting everybody that's famous, but at the same time, we've had players that have made decisions that have cost us as well. Wolfpack members, sponsors that have made decisions that have cost us. Sun Jian's faction has entered a regency under Lady Wu. Fan Chou's fucked off. Apparently I left it too late, but I guess that's okay. Tax collector attacked. It seems that not everyone is happy with your tax collector's efforts. They have been accosted while out collecting tithes, and their gold has been stolen. While the instigators have been dealt with, the stolen coin was never found. Dong Min was attacked while collecting taxes. Hey, Miju's in the recruitment pool. Hi, Miju. You need the item list, Imhotep. What do you mean? Like, you want to see what items we've got? Currently we have a noble sword, if you're talking about unclaimed stuff. Or do you mean all the stuff that we've got as well? Like... Oh, that's who the blade of Xiang Yu belongs to. It's Dong Zhuo's blade. He's loot whoring again? I mean, he's Imhotep. What do you expect him to do? So we've got a noble sword, we've got a military gen, Sky Piercer, Lubu's halberd, and the blade of Xiang Yu, which is Dong Zhuo's sword. We've got noble's leather and a tunic of divination. We have Red Hair the horse and a black thoroughbred. We have an overseer and a devious attendant. All the stuff that is equipped and not common. Okay, yeah, that's what I'm doing. We have an iron archer, a stone pig, discourses of the states, and strategies of the warring states. Is there anything you can do with your army to help raise money? Not really. The best way for armies, or the best two ways for armies to raise money is 1, conquer more territory, if possible, or 2, stop existing, because armies cost money. Those are about your only two options. Li Ru has leveled up. Li Ru is a 43-year-old level 3 strategist with a vicious shadow background. He is perceptive, artful, and cowardly. I think someone who's perceptive, artful and cowardly would definitely need to be resourceful, so we'll give him resourcefulness. And he's level 3. You know what, is there like a small... I think there is a small position we can give him in here. We'll make him our attendant. Should keep him happy. Right. Arya, I don't know if you've got any orders for Niu Fu or not. And Ryan/Mike. Same with Lu Bu. Don't know if you guys have got any plans. We're going to try and pick a reform here. I want to stay close to the capital with the army too far off, but also want to go towards Lu Bu's army to see about helping them. I mean, you know, Lu Bu and Zhang Liao are pretty tough characters, and Ryan is a pretty competent general / military advisor, so they'll probably do okay. We're going to get register of land and population for the income to peasantry. An emperor who does not know his people is no emperor at all. Let's press on into Taiyuan. Very well, we shall press on into Taiyuan. Which just leaves us with Niu Fu's army. Currently, Zhuo Zijun's army is resting in Wudu. I will go ahead and make camp where I am at. Very well. We will encamp Niu Fu. Okay, gonna head out and grab some food. Planning on streaming later tonight, this morning for you. Yes, Joe. I'm hoping to, but I'm starting to feel a little bit tired now. So I don't know how long I will, or even if I'll bother. I might just stay up as late as I can and then go to sleep. So it'll be I want to, but we'll see. I'm hoping that I'll be streaming at some point, though. It is spring, so we'll drop another save. And we will move to the summer of 193. Our enemies are growing in number quite swiftly. Ma Teng and Han Sui have gone to war, that's interesting. Melting the Ji-Ren. An ambitious ruler must have a fitting castle from which to wage their righteous campaign, but it would take several lifetimes to amass the funds required. The 12 bronze colossi erected by the first emperor are very valuable, and would surely cover the cost. What do we think? See you soon, Joe. Thank you for all your support, man. I do appreciate it. I hopefully will see you later tonight, but if not, hopefully see you tomorrow as well. I hope you have some lovely, yummy foods. Zhang Liao saying leave them be. Niu Fu saying leave them be. Jiao Chan saying erect your own. Song Chen shrugs. I think leave them be is gonna win. So we will leave them be. You saw your own ambition in the first emperor, and deemed that his works should be preserved in tribute to your bond. Decision is made. We've gained a bodyguard ancillary. You know what? I feel like that is very roleplay appropriate for Dong Zhuo to have, so we'll give him a bodyguard. Arya, I don't know if you're planning on staying where you're at or not. Let me know. Ryan, are we still moving into Taiyuan? Right, got my treasure list so I know, and also if you guys need me to check who owns what. I mean, you guys don't own anything once you forfeit it on that first turn, but let's go for the town. Well, I mean, you're not crossing the border just yet, but oh, there she is. Her and Li Chao. If Ryan or Mike don't have an issue, I think I will do some recruitment. You can see what peeps think. Which retinue are you looking to recruit for? How old is Niufu again? 25. It's a very young general. Ah, I see that Li Zhuo has actually reached the age of 50, and he's not sponsored by anybody. So my preference would be, at the age of 50, if they're not going to be in command of an army, that they retire. Do we have anybody that would potentially want to enter the army? I mean, there might be a few people. Tosses all documents of sanity in the fire and says, fuck the income. What are his traits? Brave, reckless, and arrogant. Brave, reckless, and arrogant. I mean, that doesn't necessarily mean that he wouldn't want to retire, though. Well, Niufu, you have a decision to make before you begin your recruitment, I think. Li Zhuo, who is 50 years old, is going to request that he be allowed to return to the capital and retire, essentially. But he's your captain, so you have to permit him to leave. That's the way we do it, is the general is in charge of the official armies and the captains can't really... What happens to his retinue, it leaves with him, it's his retinue. So those two Lancer militia would go with him. They don't leave the faction, they're just going back to court, but they won't be in your army anymore. Imatek's retinue is Exactly, Ryan. It is 2 archer militia. I will permit him to return to court. Very well. With gratitude, Li Zhuo departs Liu Fu's army, which now leaves you with a space to recruit another officer. Can you view your traits again, David? Yes, you can. You are uncomplicated. The Tao talks of the usefulness of empty spaces, but the vacuum between this person's ears may be going too far. You are competitive. This highly competitive individual relishes one-upmanship at every turn. And you are trustworthy. An open and honest face makes it easier to be places where you shouldn't and hear confidences meant for other ears. Being competitive, I'd like to offer myself against Jia Xu for the spot in the army. Well, Niu Fu, since, hold up, Dong Zhuo is... I mean, lazy's not really a trait that we have in this game, but I think Dong Zhuo is a pretty lazy character. So he's going to leave it up to you, who you want to recruit as your lieutenant. Obviously not Li Zhuo, because Li Zhuo just left. And obviously not Dong Zhuo, because Dong Zhuo isn't going to be your lieutenant. But other than that, everybody else in the court you can try and recruit if you wish. What are Jia Xu's skills? His skills or his traits? He's cunning, deceitful and perceptive, which is his traits, but his skills are guile, hidden strike and wisdom. And apparently wearing an alien xenomorph as a hat, if that can be considered a skill. And what's Rain's retinue? Song Chen's retinue is 2 units of bandit warriors and a bandit gang, which we can't even recruit those units because he used to be in a bandit faction. So my guess is you would keep those as long as you didn't get rid of them, but you can't recruit more of them. There is also that. Song Chen, which is David, is 26. Jia Xu is 45. And just for reference, Niu Fu, which is you, is 25. I mean, there's also a matter of harmony. You support war, resent discipline, and are wary of power. Value kindness and oppose cruelty. Respect patient and admire intelligence. Commend physical strength, admire zeal, and respect decisiveness. Jia Xu opposes intimidation. Admires intelligence. Commends perceptiveness. Song Chen accepts criminality. Disregards education, is wary of intelligence. Accepts competitiveness, admires ambition, commends honor and trustworthiness. I mean, I actually think of the 2 of them, the one that you would also harmonize with would be Jia Xu. But it's completely up to you. Guo Si is really fucking you up there. Yeah, I know, right? With his fucking red number. He's annoying the shit out of me too. I'm going to post that in the CA Discord after the stream so that they can see it. I will go with Jia Shu for now, as I also agree we would harmonise more. Well, that's fine, but Jia Shu is currently on an assignment, so he can't actually come and join your force right now. He's going to have to wait until he's finished with his assignment. But that's okay, you can hold the spot for him, and we'll just gather a little bit more extra income while you're not paying for those troops. So, let's crack on. We should try to coerce money out of our vassal, potentially. Zhongjiang will sign peace with us. Zhong Liao rejecting. Actually, yeah, counter offer. Song Chen rejecting as well. There's a lot of negotiate and counter offers coming through, so we'll see. I mean, I don't think we're going to get anything out of her since it's 0.1. But I mean, we can try. Yeah, no, not a chance. It's basically either peace or no peace. Yeah, Dylan's in the chat. Welcome to the stream, Dylan. Jia Shu very diplomatically saying, fuck her. Zhong Liao actually flipping around and saying, let's just take it anyway. That's an interesting point, Zhong Liao, but I don't know how many people agree with you. New Fu doesn't see a benefit to accepting. We don't have to fight her, that's the benefit. Exactly. Let me just change this to diplomacy. All of the red ones are our enemies. She is the red one encircled with an orange line. New Fu is now agreeing with Zhong Liao. I never like having a divide territory. My vote remains the same. That's true, we do have all of she, her. We haven't yet taken any of Tai Yuan, if you mean commanderies. Whoa, there's a fierce debate going on here. I'm just gonna let you guys duke this out, I think. I see benefits to both sides, and I mean, the whole point of sponsor an officer is so that you guys get to make decisions and help influence the direction of the campaign. So I'm happy to see what you guys come up with. So I think, if I'm right, what Ryan is saying, excuse me, is to make peace here between the Orange Line, and then his army, him and Lu Bu, would swing around and start pushing this front down here on the south side of the river. Not just go around her and start conquering this territory up here. Like, come down here and fight here. Song Chen now has an idea. What's the idea, Song Chen? Arya can't take Gongdu in the west. Station Arya's army at Luoyang trade port and move Lu Bu's army to fend off Gongdu. That is also an option. But not if we're still fighting Zhongjiang. Why are we considered untrustworthy? Oh, okay. So what are we thinking here, guys? I think Zhang Liao and Yu Fu are in favour of making peace with her. I think that Song Chen is in favour of it now, which would appear to me to be the majority of people that have voiced an opinion on it. Take the peace and move west. I think we're taking the peace. It seems like you guys have agreed to accept. So we're going to make peace with Zhongjiang. Gongdu's army is on the move. The fall of the tyrant. You see Diao Chan and Lu Bu arguing in the gardens. Both look distressed, and Lu Bu has to stop Diao Chan from hurling herself into the waters. When questioned later in private, Diao Chan says Lu Bu is determined to have her for his own. What do we do? Imhotep. Jia Shu saying let her go. Zhang Liao saying let her go. Song Chen saying let her go. To be honest, letting her go is the only way I think to prevent Lu Bu from killing Dong Zhuo. And as much as I don't really mind, it would mean that Mike loses his sponsor because... Oh no, it wouldn't, I guess, because Dong Min would become the faction leader, but... Xiao Chan herself is saying keep her. Niu Fu saying let her go. It looks like we're going to let her go and let Diao Chan and Lu Bu get married. You are determined not to alienate Lu Bu for the sake of a serving girl, so told them both they should marry. Diao Chan and Lu Bu are married. And now Dong Zhuo and Diao Chan are rivals. Yeah, Lu Bu is not actually in our family tree. Even though he should be, because he should be our adopted son, but... Alright, where are we at? We're almost finished with the stream. Ryan, where are we going with Lu Bu's army next? And Arya, what is the plan for New Fu's army? I feel like we can get to spring before we end here. Ryan says to Hanzhong. Are we force marching to Hanzhong, or are we just marching to Hanzhong? Via the Yellow River. I mean, it would take 2 turns to get onto the river, 2 turns to get down the river, and then 2 turns to get, or 2 or 3 turns to move across. Yeah, it probably is quicker to do it that way. We'll force it back to the river. I don't fancy getting bogged down by Zhang Yan. Okie doke. Force march. Back into Shihe Commanderate. Diao Chan, in honor of your marriage to Lu Bu, I would like to send you this wonderfully carved clay fish. Do you accept? What an honor, my lord. I wholeheartedly accept. Can you upgrade Shihe whilst you're here? Yes. Do you mean the fishing port or the town? And check if we can trade with anyone. Okay. There's a few maybes. Ma Tung is actually worth quite a bit. We can probably make that work. How much is food worth to you? We can trade him 2 food for 2 years for a trade deal. That's pretty good. Let's coerce them into trading with us. I don't really want to expend intimidation, to be honest, if we can just give him a token offering of food to establish it. Imhotep, vassalize him! Something tells me he's not going to want to be vassalized. We'll get a trade deal going with him. To be honest, we've still got an additional trade deal available. Jia Long is worth 400. He's at war with Liu Yan. See what he would like. He's a little bit harder. We do have some ancillaries lying around. I wonder if this is worth much. It is, but not a lot. Gonna send him an overseer. Because Dong Zhuo is greedy, so part of me is like, I don't feel like he would very willingly part with money or much food or like armor or weapons or anything like that. But sending an overseer is like, we can just pretend he's like a spy. Maybe not a spy, but somebody who's feeding back information, so... Now I can recruit all the fancy people. Yay! Recruit the fancy people. Let's go shopping. Ooh, me Jews in there. David's already like losing his mind. Okay, Arya's saying, gonna keep my army there till Lubu gets there and I will recruit some. Okay, I'm guessing you're not recruiting for Jia Shu's retinue, but for your own. Where are you wanting to buy troops for, Arya? Your own? Very well. What would you like in your retinue? You have 3 more spots available in your own retinue. You can get Saber Militia, G Militia, Archer Militia, Raider Cavalry, or Mounted Lancer Militia, which are both Shock Cav, or Mounted Saber Militia. I never like seeing red. Okay. I will say 1 G Militia. Very well. 1 G Militia it is. Ryan's already moved. You wanted to look at She-Her Town, right, Ryan? It would cost 1,000 copper to get a small town built. Yes, Imotech, we will be finishing... I mean, I'll see if we can get through the next couple of turns swiftly. I'd rather finish in the spring if we can. Let's upgrade it. Very well. That's definitely going to do us for the harvest, so we'll push on. Try and wrap up on the spring if possible. That Yellow Turban army is on its way. Wang Quang would sign peace with us. Wang Quang lives here, just on the north side of the Yellow River, just east of our territory. Star Fox! Sarah, welcome to the stream. We're just about to be finishing up, but thank you for stopping by. Appreciate it. How's your Wednesday going? Niufu saying accept. Jia Shu and Zhong Liao saying get some money out of him and accept. He seems pretty protective of his money, guys. In fact, I don't know if he sees this as a particularly good deal. Nope, asking him for any money is basically too much money. He isn't going to pay us money. Gonna get set up for your stream. Know what he's doing. Have a good one, bud. We'll see you soon. If you get set up quick enough, Dylan, we might be raiding you. What are you going to be streaming? First day of moving, just taking a bit of a break. Well, I hope it goes well, Sarah. Zhong Liao saying take it anyway. Song Qian saying taketh the peace. Niu Fu saying let's accept. ATS Covert's going to join you. Oh, that's cool, man. I think we're going to take this peace. That seems to be the general consensus. Right, Ryan, I'm assuming that you're going to be continuing to head where you're going. Lady Wu has been succeeded by Sun Ce. Brave versus cowardly. As you are inspecting the defences, you are disrupted by an argument between two officers. "You are a coward unlike any other," cries the first. "I saw you fleeing like a lamb. I saw you." "I was not," states the second, "and even so, it's better to survive a coward than die a meathead and a fool." They do not even seem to notice you. I think we're going to side with the brave one, because Dong Zhuo himself might be a bit on the cowardly side, but he certainly merits bravery over cowardice. So we're going to side with Li Jue. There is no room for cowardice in your armies. With a sudden strike, you cut the craven knave down. I mean, we didn't actually kill him, but fair cop, I guess. What's the word, Nate? The word, I believe, is go army. So Ryan, are we hopping on the river? Thought it was bird. Well, everybody's heard about the bird. Bird is the word. Yes, Arya. Zhuo Zejun is on the way with Xu He and Yu Anting. They can actually reach the Silk Trader at Hanzhong, which has a 1.5 retinue garrison. You have a total of 1 retinue's worth of troops, basically, which means you've got 2.5 retinues worth of troops with 2 officers. They've got 2.5-ish with 3 officers. Boom, hashtag go army. What's this? Oh, we've got some level ups. Imhotep Jia Xu is one of the level ups, but I'm going to do Dong Min first. Dong Min is 50 years old. He's a level 3 commander with an officer background. He's incompetent, vigilant, and healthy. And we have the choice of meditation, flexibility, or clarity. I'm going to give him flexibility. Not really sure what that does, but or what that is. But Imhotep, are you still around? Because you potentially have a level up here, bud. And Arya, I also need to know what Niu Fu's plans are. You are indeed. Okay. Jia Xu is a 46-year-old level 3 legendary strategist with a blade in the dark background. He's cunning, deceitful, and perceptive. And you have the options of patience or abundance. Which one would you like, Imhotep? I'm going to fall back to the capital. We can always retake Hanzhong. Fair enough. I think that's probably the smart decision, to be honest. So Niu Fu is going to fall back to Chang'an. He's not yet back from his assignment, no. Patience. Very well. Patience it is. I think that will do us for the autumn. They've entered raiding stance, which is good because it means they're just kind of mucking around. Zhuo declared war on Zhongchao. Dong Jingmin has been born to Dong Zhuo and Dong Peishan, which is a new daughter. Let's have a quick sneaky peek at what class she is. She's going to be a commander. Jianyong Zhou Tai and Kuai Liang are in the recruitment pool. I mean, stopped fighting for Cao Cao in 192. That was a year ago. It's almost 194. I reckon we could grab Zhou Tai here, guys. I mean, let's get on with the moves, but what do we think about grabbing Zhou Tai? Ryan, are we continue? I'm guessing we're continuing down the river, yeah? Trying to get to Chang'an. Yup. Lu Bu and Zhong Liao probably only a turn away from Chang'an now. Let's not recruit a bunch of people. I didn't say a bunch of people, I said Zhou Tai. And I'm saying nothing about that guy. Okay, his wages are going to be 200 of 1400. Recruiting him is going to be 1000 of 4000. It's not even close to putting us bankrupt. And how old is he? He's 30, which is still pretty friggin' young, to be honest. I mean, I feel like I must, Ryan. It's Zhou Tai. Haven't yet had chance to do anything with Zhou Tai. Arya, I had to stop you on the west side of Chang'an because it was as far as you could move, but you can either go into the city or you can camp on the east side, or you can stay on the side you're on. Like, where would you rather be positioned? I may or may not have done the same as your Cao Cao campaign, but with Sun Jian. What, bought everybody? Yeah. I mean, I feel like, especially like I got caught out in the Cao Cao campaign with just how many of the characters turn up. Like, because the first time I ever played Cao Cao, he started with Xiahou Dun and Xiahou Yuan, and the rest of them didn't really they didn't turn up by events. They appeared in the recruitment pool. So I knew who I was getting, whereas in this one it was like, have an event to get Dian Wei, have an event to get Yue Jin, have an event to get Chu Chu. It's like, what's going on? Have an event to have both Xiahou brothers, have an event to get Cao Ren. I was like, Jesus Christ. I will stay where I am at and recruit. Okay. What are you looking to recruit? A couple more for your retinue? David is back. Welcome back, David. Not my retinue this time. Okay, so for Guo Si's retinue then? The difference with Guo Sir, as much as he does seem to be having an identity crisis, the game's recruitment pool seems to think he's a champion for sure. He can't get more than the base level of Shock Cav, which is Mounted Lancer Militia. But, yes, exactly. Those guys. But he can recruit Spear Guards, which is the next level up from G Militia. Because he's a champion. Sort of. It's very strange. Spear Guards? How many Spear Guards do you want? 2. Done and done. Alright, that's definitely going to be everything we can get done for the winter. So we'll push on into spring. We'll finish up the spring turn, and then that'll be the end of day 1 with Zhuo. We've made small progress, but I think we've made positive progress. The best way to balance armies early game is to have a smaller force that works defensively and then a larger army for offensive action. Yes. Cao Cao declared war on Tao Qian. Yuan life to live. Haha, so clever. With the coalition formed against you, Yuan Shao's desire to strike has made him reckless, leaving his family unprotected back in the city. What should we do with Yuan Shao's family? Zhong Liao saying imprison them. Song Chen saying imprison them. Niu Fu saying imprison them, and Jia Shu saying predictably kill them. Looks like we're imprisoning them. You ordered the capture of his family. Your enemies must learn that none are safe from your long reach. Alright. We've got a bunch of people coming back from assignments next turn, not this one. It just tells you the turn before. She/Her has upgraded to a small town. On the plus side, Lubu has arrived. SFXer1 saying kill them all. Welcome to the stream, SFXer. Guys, say hello to SFXer1. They are new here. For my Cao Cao, my defense force is just Dianwei with 2 G militia. Jesus. We're going to drop out a forced march and head towards the capital. Very well. You are practically there. You can't quite reach the capital just yet, Ryan. And I think as much as I'm happy with you choosing where Mike's army is going, I'm not letting you recruit for his army because it is still his. Fuck Lubu, it's my retinue. It's a professional army, and you know as well as I do that the general gets the final say. No, it doesn't matter if it's your retinue. It's in a professional army. We did this from the start. That's how it's worked. Maybe fuck him, I'll go join Snowy. You can't leave his army without his permission. Watch me. Oh, okay. I'll just sit here and watch you move a man from this army into this army without me doing anything. Hold up. I'm watching. Yep, nope. Not seeing a whole lot of bloke moving from one to the other. Arya, have you got any orders for the final turn of the stream? Oh, I need to find a reform as well before we finish.
天下万物复苏。
I feel like income from all sources is probably not bad. Civil service recommendations. This has to be one of my favourite bits of flavour text. To serve in government, one must be totally beyond reproach. Alternatively, get your father to hire you. I mean, this might be something for you to hash out with Mike, Ryan, if you genuinely want to move to another army, but right now I think we're just waiting to see what Arya's final move is of the stream. Deadpool, Tyler, welcome to the stream. I am late, but hello, you're very late. We are ending in probably a matter of seconds, but that's fine. Welcome to the stream, buddy. I appreciate you stopping by. I will move just north of the city and camp. Just north of the city and camp. Alright. Hello. No. Alright, in that case, we are going to pop a save here. And I'm going to find somewhere for you guys to raid. I feel like I already know where we're going to be going. Yep, he has started streaming already. And I did say that we'd probably go over there and give him a raid. So we are going to raid Dylan. The Richter scale. Why are you not typing? That doesn't help me at all. Alrighty. We're going to be raiding Dylan, guys. He's playing some American Truck Simulator with Covert. Both of them are awesome SRP streamers. Both of them are SRP hooligans. So we're going to offer some support to a member of the stream team. Make sure you make some noise when you get over there. Give Dylan some love. Get in there and, you know, shout some abuse at him. Just a teeny bit. Not a lot. Just a little bit. Just make sure he knows where the love's coming from, guys. I'll maybe be on later tonight. I don't know what's going on with my sleep pattern today. But I'm definitely back. Same time tomorrow, 8 PM GMT. With Imperator Rome, day one of a brand new Sparta campaign on Imperator Rome, which we will be doing some kind of a sponsor and officer thing on, same as this, but the game's slightly different. So hopefully I'll see some of you for that. If not, I'll hopefully see you for some SRP over the weekend or tonight. And if I don't, I hope you all stay safe with what's going on. I hope you all have a great week and a great weekend. As best as you can. I love you guys. Thank you so fucking much for a great start to April. Fucking phenomenal start. Thank you to all of the bits donators and the sub gifters and everybody who's been in chat. I love you guys. We're going over to Dylan. Let's kick it off. War Dog out.
Yo, pick up the phone. What's up?
Thank you for the rate of 12. What's up, everybody? Oh, and a subscription already from David. Thank you.